All right, everyone. I got my good friend Gabe with me. He's also a certified 10x business coach, which is freaking awesome. And yeah, dude, Gabe, like, I remember when I first got started, I started seeing you on social media right away.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
right away. And, like, I was like, this dude's cool. And then, I got to know you over the past, almost a year now. And yeah, so
Uh,
yeah, tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do.
hey guys, my name is Gabriel Vangelatos. I am the uh, founder and CEO, I would say, of Before the Rise Marketing Agency. I am what I technically do is I'm a fractional CMO. Instead of actually doing the execution side of things, I work with the strategy side of things. So what I do is I build strategies for small to mid-sized businesses so they could double their sales in about 90 days. I put them on that right path by creating this framework. It's a framework we utilize. I partnered with Digital Marketer too. It's a growth framework that actually has three parts to it. It's a documented strategy, actionable metrics, and once we're done with those two, if there's any bottlenecks, we have like the tools and tricks to get through those. So that's like the key to doubling your sales in 90 days.
Dude, that's awesome. And
Yeah.
who doesn't want to double their sales in 90 days? Like,
Yeah,
come on, let's go.
who doesn't want to? But I'm
Let's
also a 10x
go.
business coach on the Grant Cardone side of things,
Yep.
so, which is really freaking cool.
Oh, yeah. So, what would be your favorite part about being a 10x business coach?
So wow, that's like a really tough question because there's so
I
many
know.
things that we got.
I
Like we
know.
have like the community for once. Being in
Hmm.
a room with you guys, that's like amazing. Every single time we go on to what is it, the fundamentals call or the advanced call, or any
Yep.
like the masterminds, the certifications, get in the room with the right people, get in the room with everyone. And it's like I'm just blown away by like everyone around there, and everyone has a similar mindset, and it's like to
Hmm.
grow, and everyone wants that growth, and I guess that community right there just gives me like the energy to go out there and produce, to go out there and take action, not just
Yep.
action, massive action. So it's really like, I would say, being in the room with you guys, being in the community that just
Yep.
keeps evolving, keeps changing, and keeps growing. And
Yeah.
because it keeps growing, we keep growing with it.
Hmm.
So that's definitely a 10x plus.
Yeah, I definitely think that our community is my favorite part. And like
Mm,
you say, we all keep growing together. We all help each other out. So like the the possibilities are endless. It's
mm.
just incredible. It's incredible. I love it. I love what
Exactly.
we do.
Exactly. It's incredible. Just getting to know you too. Like you're an incredible person. And I'm like, holy crap, look at this guy. Look at what this guy's accomplished and look what he's doing. And it's like that's crazy, Nick. You have that power, that like energy that just drives everyone to be like, Nick is giving us that energy and I love it.
I hear that all the time now. It's like Nick, you inspire me to do more. It's like, well, good,
Exactly. Yeah.
because all you guys do the same thing for me.
It's
So
like we
it's
feed off each other's energy, right? And it just keeps
exactly,
bouncing back like a ping pong. It just keeps bouncing
exactly.
back. Yeah.
Like whenever I'm feeling down, it's like, all right, go on to Facebook. All I gotta do is scroll once, and I'll find one of the team members, and then they'll say something inspiring. It's like, all right, let's go.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly. Let's go. Let's do this. Let's
Yep.
run.
And then
Uh,
the awesome thing is if we're having a really hard time, we can reach out to our coach,
mm.
get on a call, and get things figured out.
Yeah, of course.
And
Uh,
yeah, that to me has helped so much.
well, you also got the chat too, and everyone in there. You could just boom.
Yeah.
Hey, I need help with this, or hey, I'm feeling down. Anyone around?
Yep.
And it's like it comes together as a community.
Hmm. Exactly.
Uh,
It's so awesome.
exactly.
So, what what started your entrepreneurial journey?
So I got into it for all the wrong reasons. And the
Okay.
one thing that everyone like, I guess, so I got into it for a lot of people that get into it, like the average people. They're like, oh, I got tired of working 9 to 5. I got tired of having a boss.
Yep.
I just wanted to be my own boss, and which is
Hmm.
cool and all. But at the same time, like that reason there, just it sets the bar really low for you
Hmm.
because you hated being an employee. You had that low. mentality, that vision that employees are all like that, or employees don't want to work for you, or
Mm,
employees are all
yep.
scum. So you come in with a mentality that I can't work with anybody. I have to do it all by myself. I have to be that person, know it all, do it all, see it all. And that just leaves a sour taste in your mouth about business, about
Mm-hmm.
being that entrepreneur. So when I first started, like I realized that I'm doing the wrong things and I'm doing it all wrong. And when I realized that I really like my real purpose was to teach people and like help people or help businesses get past that mindset so they can grow
Mm-hmm.
too. That's when I
Mm-hmm.
started realizing that the reason to become an entrepreneur is not so you could be living off private jets, you could be the billionaire that you want to be. It's to help people
Mm-hmm.
10x their lives,
Yep.
have this
Exactly.
similar mindset. So that's when it's like, okay, now that's when my entrepreneur journey like really took off. That's when
Mm-hmm.
I started really like making moves, making maneuvers, taking action. Before that, I wasn't taking any action. I was just keeping busy, but I
Mm-hmm.
wasn't productive.
Exactly. And there's a big difference between them two.
Exactly.
Big
Exactly.
difference. That's awesome. And I actually got started on my journey kind of the same for the same reason.
Yeah.
Like, things happened with my work life that I didn't like, and I was like, all right, I gotta
Yeah.
figure out how to provide for myself. And
Exactly.
I did not plan on being a coach at all.
Mm.
That was not even a thought. And then when I got my first coach, he actually said, "Nick, have you thought about being a coach yourself?" I was like, "No, never even thought about it." He's like, "Well,
Oh.
you should because you've got a unique way of helping other people." You,
Yeah.
so yeah, I started looking into it, and I was like, "Wow, I can really help others." And like you said, helping people is what it's all about.
Exactly. And once you realize that, like your whole life completely changes.
Exactly,
You know.
it does.
And it's not
And
just to
when,
say, yeah, it's not just saying it either. It's not just, oh, I want to help people. It's having
yeah,
that goal that you really do want to help people and you really do know how to help people. You really do
mm-hmm,
feel that empathy for them.
yep.
So that's what really like sets you apart.
Yep. And then when you see yourself actually helping people, that's like the best gift in the world.
Uh, th-
You,
there's no other return better than that. You know,
no,
and like,
it don't matter how much money you make.
no,
You won't feel that way.
no, the money you make, you just return it anyway.
Exactly.
You push it out.
It goes right through you. It doesn't
Yeah,
stay.
exactly. It's to help more
Yep.
people, and like that's what the one thing that people don't realize is that rich people are helping everyone.
Yeah.
Like Elon
Exactly.
Musk is helping thousands of millions actually,
Yep.
and you don't even realize that because you think he's greedy because he has 124 billion. Well, that's first of all his net worth. He doesn't have that in the bank. But second
Yep.
of all, because of what he's doing, because of how much money he's actually bringing in, he's able to give back. Like
Exactly.
SpaceX wouldn't exist without a billionaire. Tesla
Yep.
wouldn't exist. What he's got? What else? Neuralink
Mm-hmm.
or Starlink. He's got all these companies that are putting people to work, putting innovators to work.
Exactly.
So he's
Exactly.
creating crazy stuff, and people are just putting him down because of his thoughts. But
Mm-hmm.
lots wouldn't exist without Elon. Lots wouldn't exist without Grant. Lots wouldn't exist without Donald Trump. So
Yep, exactly. I
yeah.
agree 100%. And if the world would wake up to that fact, you know, so many people just don't like the millionaires and billionaires, and you'll always hear some story. Oh well, they did this one thing wrong. Yeah, and you've never done anything wrong in your life. Come on,
Exactly,
come on.
exactly.
We're
Like
all human.
uh, the one thing is people listen to politicians more than they listen to billionaires, and that's what's annoying.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Politicians don't make their money the same way billionaires make their money. Politicians make their money by lying to you,
Mm-hmm.
by telling you they're going to take care of you. Meanwhile,
Yep.
they go out there and tell lobbyists, hey, just pay me this much and I'll lobby for you and I'll
Mm-hmm.
pass that bill. That's how they're making their money. And I don't care
Mm-hmm.
if you're a Democrat, Republican, Independent, conservative, liberal, you're all falling for it. We're all falling for it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where
Yeah.
it's like, I'd rather be a billionaire helping people than be a politician telling
Yep.
people I'm helping them.
Yep. I
Yeah.
agree. I agree. Yep. Exactly.
Uh,
So, what was one moment in your career where things got really difficult? And I want to know, like, what you did to kind of pull yourself out of that.
I owned a restaurant back in Dallas, Texas. Well, it was mostly Plano, Texas, and this was I guess I broke out. Like I grew up in the restaurant industry. I grew up working with my father and my mother. Like they both had the restaurant, and
Mm-hmm.
I went to college. I did my whole thing. I worked at college, but since I was in the restaurant industry, like that's what I knew and that's what I got into. And eventually, like when I got married, I moved away from New York and I moved to Dallas, Texas, to actually open up a restaurant on my own. And that was when I was really like put to the test, and that's when I really like took myself from like that 9 to 5. Got sick and tired of having a boss, and I wanted to be my own boss. So I thought
Mm-hmm.
the way I told you in the beginning that employees all suck.
Mm-hmm.
And when I tell you, I bought a restaurant that had 26 employees. It wasn't doing that great, but you know it was holding steady,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't know proper operations. I didn't know proper, like, I didn't have a proper vision. I didn't have a mission. I didn't have anything, any core values, to be honest with you. So I went
Mm-hmm.
in there just like, I have the best cheesecake in the world. People are going to buy my shit. People are going to love it and they're going to come in droves. I didn't
Mm-hmm.
understand marketing. I didn't understand personal branding. I didn't understand how to actually run a business. I thought I did. I'm like the
Yeah.
smartest person in the world. Of course, I'm going to know shit because nobody's better than me. And
Yeah.
it came crashing down little by little. Like three
Mm-hmm.
months after I bought it, I was spending like crazy because I wanted to build up the place like I wanted to. I didn't understand cash flow. I just
Mm-hmm.
thought the money's going to keep rolling in, and it wasn't rolling in like I thought. I was spending
Mm-hmm.
more than was coming in, and because of that, I couldn't afford to pay my payroll.
Mm-hmm.
And once you stop being able to afford your payroll, you start getting employees that are really angry with you. Like they could
Yep.
deal with you at a certain point if they're getting their pay, but if they're not getting paid right away, if their checks are bouncing, if
Mm-hmm.
now I'm realizing checks are bouncing and I can't afford food I was buying, if I can't afford the food I
Mm-hmm.
was buying, I lower the quality, which to me was really dumb too, because lowering the quality, your customers are getting upset.
Mm-hmm.
And your customers
Yeah.
aren't as forgiving. They know
Mm-hmm.
that the quality has been lowered, so they're gonna walk to another restaurant because there's thousands of restaurants out there. Why choose you?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So quickly, that whole like team of 26 ended up just 4 or 5 people, and I was doing it all. I was working the grill, I was working the dishwasher, I was working as a busboy, as a cashier, as a server. I was trying to be everything because throughout that whole time, my mindset was I have to do it all. No one could do it better
Mm-hmm.
than me. And boy, was it a reality check because my landlord was on my case because I kept owing him back rent. My
Mm-hmm.
vendors were on my case because I wouldn't pay my bills. Electricity, I can't tell you how many times they came and shut my place down. They just come through the back, even though I locked the back door. Somehow they found their way through the back door and just shut me off. So that was another thing. It's like, damn, I got to figure this out. I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I can't find
Mm-hmm.
good people. That's what I kept blaming it on. Everyone
Yep.
sucks here. And that was probably one of like the biggest setbacks I've ever dealt with because like now it's like I'm finally realizing what it's like to actually run a business and
Mm-hmm.
run it wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And I finally like I was able to sell it to a really good guy who was able to bring it back up. Like he knew what he was doing.
Yep.
So like that's always a good thing that that business is like thriving right now without me. But I
Mm-hmm.
learned a valuable lesson that hey, wait a minute, I got to take a step back here. You
Mm-hmm.
know, what's happening to me right now is happening because of me, not because of anyone else.
Yep.
It's me.
Bingo.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's me. I'm the
Mm-hmm.
cause. I'm the reason, and I need to fix this within myself before I could actually go out there and start another business.
Mm-hmm.
So it took a lot of self-reflection.
Yeah.
But
So, what was your next step after you sold that?
so for a while there, what I was doing was I had a great. I met a customer of mine who was teaching me how to trade options. He was teaching me
Mm.
the stock market. Every morning he would come in.
Yep.
Great guy too. Like what he was doing was he taught that on the side. Like that was his business, teaching
Mm-hmm.
how to trade options via technical analysis. And with me, what he would do was he would just come in for breakfast every morning. He would just come in, like, pay my breakfast, and, I'll teach you like 10, 15 minutes a day. It ended up like
Mhm.
he would always be there like for 2, 3 hours just teaching me stuff because he enjoyed it. He enjoyed it,
Yeah.
and like I was getting my money's worth. I was only paying like for his breakfast and
Yep.
coffee every day.
Yep.
His wife too, occasionally. Yeah, he ended up becoming a really good friend of mine. But he was
Cool.
teaching me options. So for a while, I'm like, all right, this is what I'm going to do: options trading.
Hmm.
Because
No employees.
yeah,
No employees.
no employees, but all emotions.
Yep.
And I was doing that for a while. Like I was making pretty good money because I was trading. He taught me really good how to trade.
Hmm.
I was just day trading, but with me sitting in front of a computer all day, the mornings
Hmm.
I'd make my money, but I'm very impatient. And that's what another thing I learned about myself, self reflection. I'm very impatient and I'm very emotional. So if there's
Hmm.
nothing there, if there's not a trade to be made, I'm still
Hmm.
making it because I'm that bored. And I need
Yeah.
that rush and I need that emotion. And boy, did
Hmm.
it cost me a lot. Because I'd make good money in the morning, but I'd end up either losing all of it or half of it. And it's like,
Yep.
yeah. So I had to like do something because it's not even scalable. It's not something I could scale. I have to sit in front of a computer and
Yep.
in front of there and
Yeah.
like follow the charts like, you know,
Hmm.
every single second. So I love it. I still do it, but it was something that I needed to like change up. And
Yep.
that's when like I guess a friend of mine, my friend Maria, she messaged me at one point, like I guess in 2021, early
Hmm.
2021 when Grant Cardone was on Undercover Billionaire.
Yep.
And she's
Yep.
like, "Hey, my friend is going to be on Undercover Billionaire. Like, you need to see it." And I'm like, "All right." I'm like, "What's his name? Which one?" Because there's three of them. She's like, "Oh, Grant
Hmm.
Cardone." So after I started watching, I had to look him up who Grant Cardone was, and all of a sudden, like,
Yeah.
boom, ad, boom, ad, boom, ad,
Yep. Knives
10x rule,
everywhere.
10x rule, 10x rule, private jet, 10x, 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 10x.
Yep.
Join my webinar, and I'll show you how to make millions in business. I'm like, make millions of business. That's like what I had the limited mindset. Millions of business. Come
Yep.
on, man. This guy's a joke.
Yep.
But let me sign up for it anyway, since it's free.
Yep. Yep.
You signed up for it.
That's
Next
how we
thing,
all got started.
next thing you know, you move along the funnel. Oh, look! All
Uh-huh.
you have to do is pay me $7 or $10, whatever it was, and you get a
Yep.
downloadable workbook, and you get to interact with it. I'm like, all right, $10. What's the
Oh,
point?
cool. Hmm.
Boom! Get this course for $297. All you need to
Yep.
know, everything. Boom, boom, boom. This is $10,000 worth. $300 to learn how to become a millionaire? Yeah, fine. Boom! Another one. Join our mentorship program. Just fill out your form, and one of my sales guys will call you. And I'm
Hmm.
like, all right, I could just fill this out, whatever. 30 seconds later, I get a phone call.
Yep.
Hey,
Oh,
what's
yeah.
up? This is Noah Gomez from Grant Cardone's office. Good morning. I'm like, uh, good morning. Like, oh, the reason for my call is I'm like, oh my god, you got to be kidding me. I just filled it out. What do you want from me? But he is slowly and surely, like with their objection handling, with their like sales, like he got me to go to the business boot camp, and not only go to it, like I spent for VIP.
Yep.
You go to
Yep.
VIP, you're like, oh, okay, cool. Like rich people are next to me, millionaires.
Yep.
This guy next to me
Hmm.
had like a $63 million like business selling, or I think he was fixing trailers out of Mexico. Like he was rich. He was like loaded. He like
Hmm.
splurged for 25,000 for like the ultimate VIP.
Yep.
And I'm like, holy crap! Like I don't even have a business. What am I doing here? No, the funny thing was like back then, like I was still in that similar mindset where it's like I was like I know everything. So I
Hmm.
couldn't tell people that I didn't have a business. I don't know what I'm doing here. I just came to
Hmm.
learn. I had to tell people that, yeah, I make good money. I owned a diner in the Bronx, which technically I do, but I don't. My parents own it.
Yep.
Oh, like, oh, how many employees do you have? I don't know, like 20. I didn't have any.
Yep.
But that
Yep.
was like my biggest mistakes because right then and there, Kelvin was asking, he was trying to sell me Cardone University.
Hmm.
I'm like, all right, fine. Like,
Hmm.
no, I had to like escape this because I didn't know how to escape it. I was like
Hmm.
attached, and they kept everything thing like I kept objecting to. Like, I don't know.
Hmm.
They kept coming back with something. I'm like, I gotta talk to my wife. All right, let's call her. Like, oh my god, son of a
You're like,
bitch! I
crap.
can't escape these people.
Yep.
Eventually, like to get him off my back, I gave him my credit card. I'm like, here, all right, I'll take 3 years. I go. I'll take 3 years of Cardone U and coaching. I wasn't thinking then too. I'm like, wait, that's a lot of money. Like, I don't have that kind of
Yeah.
money. How am I going to pay for that? Anyway, like throughout that whole weekend, I learned a lot about business. I learned about marketing. I learned about sales. And the one thing like I really realized was, hey, I did build web pages back in the day. Like that was my big thing, was building web pages, because I was pretty much a computer geek back then. So I'm
Yeah.
like, maybe like, web pages, marketing, and Grant Cardone talks about marketing like it's like the golden chalice. So
Yeah.
maybe I should do marketing. I was always afraid to do marketing when I was doing my restaurant, because at that time, like, I was afraid of the criticism. Like I posted about it yesterday. I was afraid of criticism. And marketing, more attention equals more criticism. And I was focused on the criticism instead of the opportunities. So that's why I was always definitely afraid of it. And I'm like, well, you also have to face your fears, right? So let me see what I could do with marketing. And I got on Cardone University. That was like sales. That was like probably the best thing I've ever done. I'll tell you why. Because my coach is incredible. And like every single meet, it's 45 minutes a week. But the stuff I learned too, I applied in my 10x business, because he's incredible. I can't really like put it in other words. Like I learned the growth mindset just by having a coach. And
Exactly.
going on Cardone University, learning all about sales, objection handling, learning on the role play calls, those all helped me grow in life and be like, all right, so sales isn't something that's really inherited. It's something that you're trained on every day.
Yeah.
Like
Exactly.
you see them all training every single day. Even the top guys are training every day. So that's what it's like. I had this all wrong. I always
Yeah.
assumed that you had to have that talent, you had to have that trait, but it's not. You just have to have the right mindset in order to do it. And we all sit around like wondering, like, hey, it'd be great to have $1 billion, but we all have the mindset of, you know what? I'll just play the lotto. We don't have the mindset of let's go out there and earn it. It's just, hey,
Yeah.
the lotto's at 300 million. I gotta play it. But at the same time,
Yeah.
like, Grant Cardone, you think Grant Cardone plays the lotto? Oh, the time he
No.
spends going to the store to play the lotto, he could easily make that money. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
So it's like,
Yep.
I got to change my mindset. I got to change my mindset and focus on like really earning it, really understanding money mindset, really understanding how to create wealth. And that's what I'm basically doing today, is like I'm doing the marketing. I really like buckled down and really learned a lot about marketing from like Cardone University had digital marketer on there. I remember digital marketer because I looked up Ryan Dice from GrowthCon 2019, I think it was, the one in Marlin Stadium. I remember him talking about the 10x marketer, and they had like the marketing classes, and I'm like, all right, this is like incredible. So 6 months later, after I started my marketing journey, after I started my marketing company, I was getting a couple of clients, but I didn't really like know marketing until like I became a digital marketer certified partner, because that's when I started like working with digital marketer more. That's when I started doing my whole like the 8 core values of digital marketing.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's when I was like, this is great. I could utilize this. So I became a digital marketer certified partner, and like now my marketing has gone skyrocketed. So now I have the marketing, I have the money mindset, and I'm learning sales. So now I'm like, wow, okay, this is incredible. But the one thing that I truly felt like I changed was my whole conception of life, and it went from me to us. Now I'm not thinking about me, I'm thinking about how we as a whole can actually make it, can actually succeed in life.
Exactly. And that's what I love about everything that we're involved in with Grand Cardone and Tenex. It's not only helping our businesses, because what it's helping more is ourselves. We are growing as
Exactly.
people. It's working on that more than it's actually helping our business.
Yeah.
And the better we get, the better we can help others, and then the more our businesses grow.
That's what it is. That's like, it's all about helping others. And people like
Yeah.
a couple of my friends that I grew up with, I didn't really cut them off, but I don't really like associate with much. They're always like, oh, you're part of a cult. I'm like, well, what the hell? What do you think everything in life is? You form your little group, you're forming a cult. Regardless if you're like thinking of them in the negative or the positive, you're always looking at the other group, the other company or whoever, and thinking of them as an evil cult. You're going to think of
Mm-hmm.
everyone as evil, then you're going to be an evil person. But if you're going to
Mm-hmm.
look at it and be like, all right, you know what? There's culture involved. They know what
Mm-hmm.
they're doing. They have a value. They have their mission in life. How is that
Mm-hmm.
evil? Like, how are we a cult? How am I drinking the Kool Aid?
Yeah. No. We're not, but it's the people that are jealous
Mm.
of what we're doing that are saying these things,
Well,
or
it's
the people that don't put in the work themselves.
yeah, they don't want to put in their work. They don't want to
Yeah.
believe that they have to form around the community, that they could do it all themselves. And that was me back in the day. Like I didn't
Yeah.
believe in
Yeah.
community back in the day. I felt like it was just going to be me, and
Yeah.
people are going to follow me. I didn't believe that.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, if we work as a whole, we're all going to succeed. There's nothing
Mm-hmm.
that we can't do if we put all our heads together. That's why I hate politics so much, because you're either
Mm-hmm.
Republican or Democrat. You're not
Mm-hmm.
America.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
So that's why with me,
Yeah.
politics
I
suck.
I just stay away from politics.
Uh,
So I don't want to know what's going on.
I wish I could say I don't
Because
know what's going on, but
we'll never know what's actually going on, so
no,
it doesn't really matter.
no. That's
You
why I
know.
love Donald Trump so much, because he's a game changer. He went in there and
Mm-hmm.
been like, boom, this is for America. And you know what? The
Yeah.
politicians are so against that because they don't want to lose their job. They don't want to lose their money that's coming in from these lobbyists, from big pharma. A
Mm-hmm.
government's job is to save itself, not its
Yeah.
citizens. And if we
Yeah.
don't realize that the government is fooling all of us, then we're just going to be the zombies for the rest of our lives.
Well, let's hope something changes, right?
Yeah, yeah. Just
Let's hope.
everyone could get together. I have tons of liberal friends. I have tons of conservative friends. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
going to sit
Yeah.
there and if they criticize some Republican, start attacking them because they have their opinions. And I
Mm-hmm.
understand they have their opinions. I'm not willing to change that. I'm just willing to
Yeah.
go with them. Be like, listen, I
Yeah.
get it. We got our
Exactly.
differences. How can we
Yeah.
set a goal for both of us so we could both move
Mm-hmm.
forward and forget that? Because that's nonsense to me.
Exactly. Yep. That's exactly how I am.
Hmm.
Yeah. All right. So we're getting to the end. I got a question for you.
I think I know the question, but go ahead and ask it.
What does my slogan, "Your abilities are infinite," mean to you?
So I do remember you always asking this question at the very end, and I did practice. I'm
Yep.
like, all right, what do your abilities are infinite mean to me? So I will tell you that um, everyone has an ability. Everyone has these special abilities that you always see as something that's holding you back. But at the same time, if
Mm-hmm.
you actually have that mindset where, wait a minute, this is an ability. It's not a setback, it's an ability, and it's something that could actually
Mm-hmm.
propel me forward, or it could be something to help others. If you
Mm-hmm.
actually have that mindset that whatever you have created, whatever it is that you think is holding you back, can be an opportunity for someone else, then you're hitting infinity. Then you're helping
Mm-hmm.
all others because of that one little setback, I would call it. So it's
Yep.
not really a setback, it's an infinite opportunity for you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what it
I love
means. Yeah.
that. Yeah, I've had a lot of people answer that question, and that was the most unique, and I really liked that. That was really awesome.
Appreciate that.
You know? Oh yeah. So where can people find you if they want to reach out?
So I'm on Instagram as Rise Up With Me 316. I'm on LinkedIn as Gabe V 316. Facebook, I believe it's Rise Up 316. Not sure. Just search my name, Gabriel Vangelatos.
Yeah.
You'll find me there.
And I'll be putting all your links in the show notes.
And beforetherisincom.
There we go. So yeah, you guys can find that in the show notes, so you can reach out to Gabe. He's awesome.
Likewise, Nick, you're very awesome.
All right, man. Thank you. It was really great to talk to you again.
Appreciate you too, Nick. Thank you for having me.
Oh, of course.